How you guys doing today? Hopefully you guys are following along with the install of a triple gauge pillar pod. I'm going to go over what I had to do to get it in the car. Here I have it installed and mocked up with some tape just to hold it in place for right now. I had to drop the wires down this side of the dash. Behind here is the main or the regular panel that's in the car. That has to be removed, and you'll see a hole on this side. When you drop your wire down this side, you can follow it. When you remove this piece, this seal, you can actually see a crack here, and you can guide your wire down and then over. You can see here. Now, once you have all your wiring down here, I ended up a little bit short on my ground because that's all the wire I had, but it's perfectly going to ground out to the dashboard here. Make sure you ground it to metal, you can't ground it to plastic. Most of the wiring that I did need for these gauges was already in the car. Here is my wire for the lights, the power for the lights. Down here is the power for the gauges themselves for the sweeping action. And then over here, these are the wires for the sensors for the trans and the oil temperature. These were already in the car. I'm going to show you a little bit about where they put the wires that were already there. For the wiring for the lights, right here, this blue wire, they went into the under dash fuse box, and in that here you can see a blue wire with a white tracer. It's hard to see that it's blue, but it is. And they just added a wire to that one. They didn't cut it, so that's the regular factory wiring is still there, and then they just put a wire to it. So they cut it in half and put a 2-to-1 with a connector. I'm going to slowly see if I can go over to the wiring for the main power for the gauges. There's a big main harness here, and what they had done is they had cut it completely out. You can see the wiring up right here. For some reason they cut the wire and they just put this one on it, and this is going to run to the gauges. It's a green wire in this big main harness. I didn't have the specs or the directions to do this for my car. It was already in here, so I'm just showing you how they did it. Some of the issues that I found were just fitment issues with the plastic pieces. Along this edge it's kind of wavy, and along the inside here you can see through the windshield there's some gap issues. I'm going to just put some two-sided tape there and kind of let it stick down. I knew going into this that it was going to fit like that, but I'm going to live with it. I'm not going to put any screws from this panel into the factory panel. I don't want to damage anything. I want to keep it as factory as possible, and if I ever need to remove this, I can. I'm going to go ahead and light up these gauges for you real quick. There you go. Right now I just have a jumper box connected to it so I could test my gauges and all my wiring that I did. They light up real nice. It matches the dash pretty good. I don't have my battery in the car right now, or else I'd turn it on for you. But that's some tricks and tips to doing this. Hopefully you followed along. All I'm going to do now is just connect, cut these wires to the length that I need and run them under the dash. And then I'm going to put the dash back together and I'm done, other than getting this to fit properly. Any questions or comments, go ahead and post them up. Be sure to follow me on SVT and also follow me on YouTube if you can. And that's pretty much it for doing this install. If you need any help, just let me know.